Atithi Devo Bhava. This simple Sanskrit phrase means the guest is God. It is a beautiful teaching from our ancient scriptures. It tells us how we should treat anyone who comes to our home. Rabindranath Tagore, our beloved Gurudev, wrote a story that beautifully shows this idea. His story is called Atithi, which means the guest. It is not just a story about a boy who visits a family. No, it is much more than that. It is a story about the human spirit, about freedom, and about the pure love that exists between people, even if they are strangers. Tagore had a special gift. He could see the deepest feelings in the simplest of human interactions and write about them in a way that touches our hearts. The story introduces us to a young boy named Tarapada. He is not like other boys of his age. He does not wish to stay in one place. The whole world is his home, and the road is his constant companion. He is a wanderer, a free bird who flies wherever the wind takes him. One day during his travels, he meets a kind zamindar named Motilal Babu. Motilal Babu is immediately charmed by this bright and lively boy. He sees something special in Tarapada's eyes, a spark of intelligence and a longing for the unknown. He feels a fatherly affection for the boy and decides to invite him to his home, hoping to give him a stable life and a good education. When Tarapada arrives at Motilal Babu's house, he is welcomed with open arms. He is not treated like a poor wandering boy. Instead, he is treated like a cherished guest, almost like a son. The family, especially Motilal Babu and his wife, shower him with love and care. They give him new clothes, good food, and a comfortable room. They try to make him feel like he belongs there. Their daughter, Charusasi, also grows very fond of Tarapada. She finds a wonderful playmate in him. For a short time, it seems that the little wanderer has finally found a nest where he can rest his wings. The home is filled with his cheerful laughter and beautiful songs. But Tarapada's heart is different. It is like a river that must always flow. It cannot be contained by the loving walls of a home. He is grateful for the kindness he receives. He enjoys the comfort and the affection. He even loves the family in his own way. However, the call of the open road is too strong for him to ignore. He feels a restlessness deep inside his soul. He looks at the flowing river from the window and sees himself in its constant movement. The world outside, with its endless mysteries and new horizons, is always calling his name. He is a guest of the entire universe, and he cannot be bound to just one place, no matter how loving it is. The main events of the story follow Tarapada's time with Motilal Babu's family. At first, everything is new and exciting for him. He learns to read and write, and he impresses everyone with his quick mind and his talent for singing. He becomes the center of attention in the household. Charusasi, the zamindar's daughter, is especially captivated by him. They spend their days playing, exploring the village, and sharing stories. Tarapada teaches her songs he has learned on his travels, and she listens with wide-eyed wonder. He is like a fresh breeze that has entered their quiet lives, bringing with it the scent of distant lands and unknown adventures. As days turn into weeks, Motilal Babu and his wife start making plans for Tarapada's future. They see him as the son they never had. They dream of him growing up, getting a good education, and becoming a respectable man. They even start thinking of a marriage between him and their daughter Charusasi. They believe that this bond will tie him to their family forever. They do all this out of pure love and affection. They cannot imagine that anyone would want to leave such a comfortable and secure life. Their intentions are good, but they fail to understand the true nature of Tarapada's spirit. The turning point comes when the family is preparing for a journey on their houseboat to attend a wedding. Tarapada is very excited. For him, a journey is life itself. He is most alive when he is on the move. He helps with the preparations with great enthusiasm. His happiness is infectious, and the whole family feels his joy. They mistake his excitement for the journey as a sign that he is finally settling down with them. They believe their love has conquered his wanderlust. They do not realize that for Tarapada, this journey is not just a family trip. It is a return to his natural state of being. On the night before they are to return home, a great storm hits the river. Amid the chaos of the wind and rain, Tarapada makes a silent decision. He sees his chance to be free again. While everyone is asleep or distracted by the storm, He quietly slips away from the boat and disappears into the darkness. He leaves behind the comfort, the security, and the family that loved him so dearly. He chooses the unknown path, the difficult life of a wanderer, over the easy life of a zamindar's son-in-law. He does not leave out of anger or dislike, but because he must be true to himself. This story is very important for our Indian culture because it explores the concept of Atithi Devo Bhava in a very deep and thoughtful way. Motilal Babu and his family are the perfect hosts. They open their home and their hearts to a stranger. They give him the best of everything they have, without asking for anything in return. Their generosity is a beautiful example of the ideal Indian hospitality that we are taught to practice. They see a child in need, and their first instinct is to protect and care for him. This shows the kindness and compassion that are at the core of our values. However, Tagore also shows us the complexity of this ideal. True hospitality is not just about giving food and shelter. It is also about understanding and respecting the guest. Motilal Babu, despite his kindness, tries to possess Tarapada. He wants to mold the boy according to his own wishes and dreams. He tries to tie the free-spirited bird with a golden chain of love and comfort. He wants the guest to stop being a guest and become a permanent part of his family. This is where his love, though well-intentioned, becomes a cage for Tarapada's soul. The story teaches us that true love should not be about ownership. The story also holds a mirror to our own desires. It is natural for parents and elders to want a secure and stable life for their children. Motilal Babu's actions are very relatable. We all want to protect our loved ones from the hardships of the world. But Tagore asks us a difficult question. Do we have the right to impose our dreams on someone else? Do we have the right to clip a bird's wings just because we love its song and want to keep it near us? The story makes us think about the fine line between caring for someone and controlling them. Therefore, Atithi is a timeless lesson in human relationships. It reminds us that every individual is unique, with their own path and their own destiny. Tarapada represents the human soul's eternal quest for freedom and new experiences. He is not ungrateful, he is simply different. The story is important because it teaches us empathy. It encourages us to look beyond our own feelings and try to understand the feelings of others, especially those who are dependent on our kindness. It shows that the greatest act of love can sometimes be to let go. The characters in the story are drawn with great emotional depth. Tarapada is the central figure, a symbol of freedom. He is full of life, music, and a curiosity that cannot be satisfied. His heart belongs to the whole world, not to a single home. His actions may seem selfish to some. He leaves a family that has given him so much love. But Tagore shows us that Tarapada is not being cruel. He is simply following his dharma, his true nature. He is like the wind that cannot be captured, or the river that must flow to the sea. His leaving is not a rejection of love, but an acceptance of his own identity. Motilal Babu represents kindness, generosity, and the desire for stability. He is a good man with a noble heart. His love for Tarapada is genuine. He wants to give the boy a future filled with promise and security. His feelings are those of a loving father. However, his love is also possessive. He fails to see that what he is offering is a prison for a soul like Tarapada's. When Tarapada leaves, Motilal Babu is left with a sense of loss and perhaps confusion. He learns a painful lesson that love cannot be used to bind someone who is born to be free. Charusasi, the daughter, represents innocent and pure affection. For her, Tarapada is a source of joy and wonder. Her feelings are simple and untainted by the desire to own or control. She simply enjoys his presence. Her sadness at his departure would be the purest of all, the simple sorrow of losing a dear friend. Through her, we see the uncomplicated beauty of human connection. She does not try to change Tarapada. She just accepts him for who he is. Her character provides a gentle contrast to her father's more complicated and possessive form of love. The final moral of the story is simple yet profound. A guest, an Atithi, is someone who comes for a short time. We must welcome them with an open heart. We must give them love and respect. But we must also respect their freedom to leave. True hospitality lies in giving without expecting to bind the receiver forever. We must love people for who they are, not for who we want them to be. The story of Tarapada teaches us that the human spirit needs freedom to grow and be happy. The kindest thing we can do for a wandering bird is to offer it a safe place to rest for a while, and then, with a loving heart, let it fly away again towards its own sky.